one hail, welcome back to the channel, and normally I like a nice helicopter transformer. And today we're actually going to go back in time a little bit and take a look at a classic one by way of the Revenge of the Fallen Blazemaster. I vividly recall this coming out. I vividly recall thinking, interesting take on Blazemaster. Is it any good though? Well, we're about to find out together in the latest GotBot True Review. Hey one hail, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, your most humble of hosts, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, please like, comment, share, of course subscribe, and while you are at it, light up my baby. Hit that notification bell, please. It helps me out a ton and it'll let you know when content of all sorts goes up here on the channel. Check out Machinery of Man, The Everything Factor, all the groups that I'm either a mod or an admin for, as well as all of my social media links. All of that is in the description down below, also in the description down below. And if you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through Spring, or of course hit the join button at any given time, baby, and become a channel member. And this is, as I said, Blazemaster. And I said it's an interesting take because to me, Blazemaster is a part of the, I think, Air Patrol with like Sky High and whatnot. So like to me, he's a G1, G2 maybe, micromaster. So this was a different take. The personality here is a little bit of Whirl thrown in with some Blazemaster colors, what with the blue and gold. So he's the right colors, bit of a different personality, but is this any good? Well, how about we head over to the table and take a closer look at this guy. And so yes indeed we go back in time a little bit with Transformers Revenge of the Fallen and Deluxe Class Blazemaster. I wasn't sure what size he was, but he is in fact Deluxe Class. This is of course the packaging where we see his face down here, and I mean, you know, we just have the branding. I have him put behind because the back here likes to fall where it's apart. On the back we have Blazemaster, and man, I reviewed these guys too. They are not good. I did not enjoy Skids and Mudflap. Clever how they go together, and there are things I liked about it, but there was a lot of bulk on them that affected the articulation. I have not reviewed Jolt. I've never reviewed any version of Jolt, original, studio series, none of it. I don't know anything about Jolt, so that's why I've never done it, but that's it for the packaging. He came with this sheet as well, and this shows like all of the other stuff that was out at the time. You know, you see Skids and Mudflap there, and you see Megatron and not Starscream. Oh yeah, you do see Starscream and Bumblebee and so on and so forth. And on the other side, we have the Devastator, which is just the vehicles, and they turn into, well, Devastator. And the Jetwing Optimus, both of them combined. I definitely reviewed this. I can't remember if I reviewed this version of Devastator or not. If I did, I'll put a card up in the corner. But this guy, I certainly did. And I'll definitely put a card up in the corner for that. We don't get this anymore, but this was always neat. It was like a throwback to the old catalog days. Plus, we get a big sheet of instructions. But what I like is the other side, because the other side has a bio on it. Why don't they do this with instructions now? The other side has a bio on it in 4 languages. A lot of the bio is very much like Whirl, if you ask me, where he's kind of wild and crazy, more than like the micromaster Blazemaster, right? That's the Blazemaster I know. But then down bottom as well, there's stats, and those stats show a lot of skill, speed, intelligence, but his fire blast and his power are the like more mid numbers. So when you see like high numbers like 8 and 9 there, that's intelligence, speed, skill. When you see lower numbers like 5 and 6 and 4, that's like his actual fire blast and strength. So he has a lot going for him, but he is a bit weak. And here's how we have Blazemaster in his helicopter mode, glorious blue and gold, which makes sense. Blazemaster, even as a micromaster, should be blue and gold, so they got the colors right, even if the personality, and I'll say robot body, puts me at least more in the mind of Whirl. It's a nice hodgepodge between those two. At a package, you can open these out, and there's a button on this side that gives us, if you push it, that gives us, oh, can I do it? Yeah, whirling action. Right? I missed that. I used to like that as a feature. I have all the landing gear down, so he's able to just stay there just fine. I think that this looks great. I think it's an excellent helicopter mode. I do like helicopter transformers, so I dig this. Now this is one of those examples of a transformer that's from the live action movie that didn't actually appear in the live action movie. So for coloration and look, I'm going to default and give it a 10 because it does use the Blazemaster colors. This same mold was also used for like Transformers 2010 Tail Whip, which is a Decepticon. It was used for evac, which kind of makes sense. I see an evac here. And it was used in a 2014, a weird 2014 multi-pack. It was 2 multi-packs that gave us the Protectobots, but they couldn't combine, and this guy was a stand-in there for Blades, right? So, I don't know. Bit weird, bit weird. 10 is a good start. We're going to do the transformation, and then we'll give the other 2 scores. The best way to do this transformation. Okay, so I'm going to close these up, and I'm going to take that off. By the way, I should note that you can leave it like this, or these can come apart to go on his arms. We're going to lay the blades aside. You can do the transformation, I guess, leaving it on, but it's a little more cumbersome that way, so that's why I take it off. Let's flip up those landing gear right there. We're going to split that and bring it down, and this can come down like quite a ways here now. And now we're going to get the legs separated. They are connected on rectangular tabs here on this white piece. So we should be able to, yeah, get those separated, and hopefully should be able to begin to bring them down. There you go. Separate it from that, separate it from that. Down. Oh, I did make a mistake. I forgot to begin by flipping these pieces up underneath. My bad. That's why the legs won't come down. Those pieces need to flip up underneath. Also, he has a foot on this leg that likes to pop off, at least on this copy. So I'm going to just find that foot, and we'll continue on. Bring that leg down. Kind of thusly. Same over here. We bring this leg down, we put the foot up, kind of thusly. We might have to adjust all of that in a few minutes. Turn the foot around, actually. I need it to be facing this way. There we go. And we sort of chicken leg the leg like this. So I'll do it over here. I had to turn the feet around, I had them facing the wrong way. So we sort of bring that all the way out, right, using that hinge, and then we chicken leg it back a bit. This was an era where chicken legging stuff was pretty darn common. This whole piece here can come all the way to the back for now. And you can even open this up, extend, angle down. Open that out, extend, angle down. And then you can fold this in, fold this in. Now, some people will say leave it this way. Some people will even say, hey, angle these like tail sections down. But I find it better to turn this around and bring it up on his back this way so that you see this painted detail and like that Z, or 7, I guess it is. I said it was a Z, but it's not, it's a 7. So like I tend to do that to bring it up on his back, but we're not quite to his back yet. Next, we're going to come here to the front, and we should be able to bring the nose section down, and the front tire goes through or kind of rests in a little slot there in the waist, we'll call it. We can angle these up. These will be the arms. We can open up these top flaps, and we can even now angle these sections of the cockpit down on the side. And though you could see his head in the cockpit through the translucent window, now we get a good look at his head. Okay, now why did I do all of that and leave this whole section up here? Because that's going to be the arms, and they are by far the most challenging section here. Okay, so I wanted to reorient things a little bit because we have to deal with the arms. And the first thing that happens with the arms is we split them. But the way that they unfurl is a bit of a nuisance, if you ask me. So we bring it back, and then this whole section here, there's like a blue translucent piece here, and this whole outer section is supposed to rotate up around it when you see everyone explain it, but it's not clear how you accomplish that. So let's see if I can make some headway here in trying to figure out a way to explain this to you. Okay, so what we need to do is get this lower piece out past this chest piece, and then this folds all the way up over the head. I'll try and show it again over here. We have to get this lower piece out past this chest piece, which isn't hard. And then you see this Autobot logo here. It's painted on the translucent, but we should be able to use that to bring this all the way up and over. So now we have the two arms really up over his head. This is when the things get challenging here. Once we have that, we can begin to rotate that down. Then they split here and kind of stay in behind the chest sections. Now it's only a matter of orienting the arms, but orienting the arms is a bit of a pain and a nuisance to do. So I tend to bring it all the way out like that, close it in. Now I bring it all the way out like this and close it in. I'm not saying that what I'm doing is the right way, I'm just saying it's the way that works for me. Now that we've got that done, using this ball joint up here, we rotate the bicep down, and then I turn the elbow around like that. We rotate the bicep down, and we turn the elbow around like that. You do not get much of an elbow, is the bummer here. You get some, but not as much as I would like. But we'll talk about that when we get to articulation. And then, here, we use this peg and this peg hole to bring this together and up on the back. And then boom, in the end, here we have Blazemaster in his robot mode. And yes, indeed, you can see him next to my custom Death Cobra. This is using the exact same mold as the Combiner Wars blades, which I thought was an appropriate comparison, since this mold was also used as a version of blades. And you can see he's definitely a deluxe size. Kind of spindly, but definitely a deluxe size. And I should note, not for nothing, but if you want, you can put those blades in there or angle them up, that's your call. And this one, because it attaches on here, can go back on here, but it's very, very loosey-goosey if you do that. So it's up to you, or you can leave all four of them together. The transformation, the arms are a bit of a bear and a chore that honestly I don't like. But going back to helicopter mode, it's kind of clever the way they unfurl and wrap up to become the top of the helicopter. It's a transformation that you have to get used to. It's not exactly intuitive, but once you get used to it, it's okay. I'm going to give the transformation a 7. It's not the most enjoyable thing. I think it's a little over-engineered, but it's certainly doable. So a 7, a 10. Right now this is getting about an 8.5. What about the articulation? Well, we have a head that can go left and right and a little up and down on a ball joint. We have arms that can go out to the side. They can't go all the way around because of the way the ball joint is here. In fact, they don't have much outward movement at all. There is an elbow built into like the ball joint in here, but it's a bit cumbersome to get to it. So you can go out, elbow, you can't really go back, and like that's about as high as you're gonna lift his arm, right? Just because of the way it's this sort of ball joint here reminds me a lot of Core Class Rat Trap. It's a similar sort of thing, and I don't really dig it as a design. The legs can do splits all the way out to the side. I don't think there's any waist. Is there? No, there's a waist. There's a waist. You gotta let the back off, but if you let the back off, there is a waist. Legs can go all the way forward. Legs can go all the way back. I guess we do kind of have a knee here, but we also have like lower hinges down here, so you're gonna get all the knee I think you're gonna need for the guy. And because they're on ball pegs, we do get ankle tilt left and right and up and down. His feet are a little small for making him stand, but you know what? When you find the sweet spot, he's okay. I wish the arms were better. That's about it. Ugh. I wish the arms were better. Maybe the feet a little bit bigger. I'm gonna say that the articulation's about an 8. Overall, I think this guy's about an 8.25. It's certainly not the best transformer I've looked at, but it's not the worst. I like it okay. I don't think I would go out and hunt this mold. This was on loan to me by Maximal 10, and I really appreciate them letting me take a look at it. But if I ever thought about, do I want to own that mold? I don't think that I want to own it. It's okay, but I don't know if it's necessarily for me. If you really like it, I get it, I dig it. He's a 8.25. He's not bad. It's just a little bit too fiddly and cumbersome for my personal taste. Make of that what you will. So here we are, and here he is. First things first, I love the look of the helicopter. Very nice, very clean. By the way, all of this cockpit section, translucent plastic. Yeah, that's right. Again, it's not new. It's been used for a long time and on hinges. I don't know why people still complain about it. But I digress. Fantastic looking Channel 7 news chopper. The articulation is somewhat lacking in robot mode because of the cumbersome transformation. Not the legs, not the back, not even here with the torso, but the arms. The arms are really not well done. I feel like some more time should have been spent on them. So I think he looks great, no doubt about it. Being a little bit chicken-legged, again, kind of feeds into mixing Blazemaster with Whirl. It's a little Whirlish. I do like this gimmick. Man, I wish we had this gimmick back. What a good time to give you some nice twirling blades. So I love the helicopter. I think the robot is a mix between Blazemaster and Whirl with some articulation limits, and the transformation is mostly enjoyable. It's okay except for those arms. They're a real nuisance, both going to robot and going back, because if the arms aren't all just lined up just right, you're going to end up with like a bit of a gap up here or something. Not a huge deal breaker, but it definitely takes a little bit of getting used to. A throwback that's not probably the best from the Revenge of the Fallen line, but certainly one of the most unique. I understand if you like it, I understand if you don't. For me, it's an exceedingly middle-of-the-road offering. Let me know what you think about Revenge of the Fallen Blazemaster. I appreciate you guys coming by, giving me some of your extremely valuable time. I do know how important it is to you. If you're in a position to help the channel to grow, you can use the donate link. Check us out on Patreon. See what we have to offer to you through spring, or of course, hit the join button at any given time to become a channel member. Yeah. While you're at it, hit the subscribe button, stick around, have some fun with us here on the channel, and don't forget that somehow, someway, each and every single day, you right there, you do make a difference in the world, and I look forward to the next time that you and I get together to have another visit, either in the live streams on Thursday nights, at the stop motion premieres, or the old-fashioned way, right here, inside the videos.